Hello, everyone. Oh, wow. Sorry, guys. I fell asleep. I just woke up. I look like crap. I don't even think I looked in the mirror. Uh, while I'm waiting on some of y'all to get on here, uh, I want to talk about something I get asked a lot. Um, the witch's attire. Okay. In fact, I got an email about this today or yesterday now. But I don't know that there really is what you'd call a witch's attire. I mean, now what you see, in movies and yes, most of us do like black. Um, I've always liked black. I don't know why. Wasn't necessarily because I was a witch. I just like black. I think I look better in black. Black's better on stains. Uh, now the hat. Let's just start with the hat. Um, in the older times, if you look at old uh, pictures. You can find them in books or even a few paintings. They are all wearing the same hat. Look at the pilgrims, even. They had the round rim, kind of pointy hat. Okay. They sure weren't witches, but that was just a hat of the style then, or style of the hat then. So the hat just basically came from that era, and it kind of stuck with the image of the witch. Of course, the cape, um, or your cloak, whatever you want to call it. I call it my cloak. Okay, that's another thing. Another item back then that was everywhere. Not just witches wore it. Not just people accused of being witches wore it. It was a style. Everybody had one. That was the coat of back then. But yet another thing that just kind of stuck with the image of the witch. Um, the broom. Okay. Of course, we all know where that came from. Everybody thought that witches rode around on broomsticks. And as I like to throw in there, if you use the flying ointments, you're going to think you're flying. Anyway. Um, so the broom is a big symbol of the witch and for the witch. It is a symbol to us, but in a different sense than what people believe or think. We use it to sweep out negativity out of our homes. All you other witches know exactly what we use it for. It's pretty much symbolic. Um, and of course the shoes, the pointy shoes and blah blah blah. That's just a shoe back then. I would love to have a pair of them pointed boots like that. And you know what? I'll be right back. I'm going to show y'all my boots that I got that I have yet to wear because I'm scared to death that I'm going to mess them up. I have to go get them out of my bedroom. I'll be right back. Okay. And here we have my beautiful boots. God, y'all can tell I really don't care what I look like coming on here. I woke up and I thought, I told him I'd be on there at 3 o'clock. And I was late. So instead of doing all the mess. Anyway, I'll get these out and show them to you. They had some that had purple on them, which I almost got, but since most everything I wear is black, I got black. And that way I'm sure that they'll go with anything I wear. It's another reason most people wear black. It all matches. You don't have to worry about nothing. Okay. And they are really so pretty. Can you see them? It's the side. There's the front. And of course they come all the way up. And you can barely see the design that comes up here. It's leather. They're so pretty. I love them. And look at the pointed toe. Pretty, huh? I found a really, really neat looking dress. That need to find something to stick in those so they don't crack being stay bent over like that. I found a really pretty long black dress. I mean, it wasn't like long. I never can get these things back in here right. Damn. It came, to about midway between your knee and your ankle. It was really pretty. And it kind of looked like a springy going into summer type dress, I just loved it until I looked at the price. So, well, we're not getting that. So, now set that box on top of my coffee table in there. You watch my little Lexi, Miss Box Cat. We'll be right over there on top of it, and I'm going to have to get her down. Anyway, so even the shoes, the boots, it was just the look of the day. The Pilgrims had the buckles on their boots, and it's just kind of carried over with the witch. The style never went out for us. I don't know why that is, but I like it. I guess we carried it on because, of everything that happened back then to the other women. So when you say, well, she's not a witch, she doesn't have black hair. A lot of witches don't have black hair. I know blonde-headed witches, black-headed witches, brown-headed witches, red-headed witches, purple-haired witches. I mean, that's just, you cannot go by what someone looks like. Some wear nails, some don't. It just depends on the individual. You could have somebody with a ponytail in her hair, absolutely no makeup on, sitting there in flip flops and shorts. Doesn't mean she's not a witch. You see what I'm getting at? Just because somebody does not have the look of a witch does not mean that she's not a witch. Or he is not a witch. Just because you don't have tattoos all over you and don't say blessed be every time, does not mean you're not a witch. There is no rules to follow in that area, just like there is none on this path, really. Very few. And I don't even call them rules. They're just things that are in place and should stay that way. So never think, well, I have to, and I think I've kind of said this before, never think that you have got to go buy all these candles, all these incense. Most of us do because we love them. We just, it's part of our world. But you don't have to get on Amazon and buy the most expensive stones, and you know what I'm trying to get at. It's not about what you can spend on the craft. It's about how much of yourself you put into it, which should be everything. This is definitely a craft that you cannot just go in with half a brain, or whatever. You've got to know and be prepared. And I believe that a lot of people don't stay on it. It is very, I find myself sometimes I may not do nothing. I may not cast a spell or even light my altar up for a couple of months. It's just, a lot of times I don't want to, waste myself just by I think it looks pretty all lit up. So I'll just go light it up and let it sit in there like that. Well, I'm kind of wasting my candles, but I don't do it all the time. Because I'm telling you, as I've said before, it can get very expensive. Like, I had to do some returns a minute ago, and I was on there, doing my, getting all that ready. And of course, I had to look. I had some items that are saved in there and blah, 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 and this beautiful skull that was my goal to have by Halloween this year. But, the way things are right now, I just don't have the money to be spending on stuff like that I don't really need. But I think it would look so beautiful on Hecate's altar as a gift for her. I would just love to get it for her. But I'm sure she understands. And maybe she'll make it to where I will have the money to get it. It's beautiful though. It's black and gold, and it's just really pretty. I don't have a skull on there for her, so I really wanted it. But I see that kind of stuff all the time. Oh, I want that, and I want that, and I'd like to have that skirt. I have a really cute broomstick skirt in there that I've had forever, and I've gotten too fat for it now, but I refuse to get rid of it. I don't know that I'll ever fit in it again, because it's one of those that you put it on, and if you have any fat at all, it's going to show it. So in your stomach area, because they're so tight. And well, I'm sure y'all know what a broomstick skirt is. But anyway, I'm just not ever going to get rid of it. But I honestly, even me being as old as I am, yes, I have my boots. I've always been a boot person. So I usually always have some kind of black high heel boot, or brown, whatever, to match whatever I was wearing. But, or my ropers or my motorcycle riding boots or whatever. Boots, 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 work boots. I used to wear high heels a lot, but I got over that really quick. And I mean, I had every color of pump you could possibly imagine: silver, gold, green, blue, red, black. But the image of the witch is forever put into pictures that they will probably just freeze in time that way. And it's simply because that's what they had to wear back then, you know. And everybody wore it, not just the witches. But the witches kind of got frozen in time, and that's where it came from. So, as I said, you don't have to dress or look a certain way to be a witch. You don't have to dye your hair purple. If you want to, go for it. You know, if you want tattoos all over you, go for it. If you don't want any, that's fine too. After all these years, I finally decided that I was going to get a tattoo. And it, of course, is for Hecate. And once I finally decided that I was going to do it, the guy that I had been talking to about doing it, that he just hum-hawed around until I lost interest in him doing it. Now, I still want to get it done. And since my son has been home, I mean, he's excellent at doing tattoos, but he doesn't have the equipment right now. So he can't do it. It's like, yeah, that's about right. You know, I decide that I'm going to finally get one and know exactly what I want. And now I can't get nobody to do it. Hi, Lady Blonde Wolf. I've been talking about the image of the witch's attire, and where it came from and all that. How are you tonight? I should be in there doing stuff, but I was saying earlier that I fell asleep and just woke up. I woke up about 3:15 and jumped on here just the way I am. Sorry, I was video uploading some videos. I got a new channel. Oh, that's fine. Oh wow, which kind did you decide on? Yeah, I just got on Amazon and ordered probably 800 incense sticks. Oh my God. It's a good thing I only have to do that every so often. Heck, I wanted had gotten so the lady at my little shop recommended tarot the capital. Oh, never heard of that one. So I'm assuming that you know how to read the tarot, right? Some people get the oracle decks. They're pretty much self-explanatory. But I've always thought that the Rider-Waite deck was really good for beginners. A dark deck, yeah. You know, I have one deck of cards, and that's all I use. Not saying I won't come across some, you know, one day. I think it's the pictures. I mean, the way you read is the same. It's just a different look. Working on Radiant. Yeah. Well, when I was looking through Amazon last night before I went to fell asleep, I seen a bunch of decks, but I have to be careful, as I was saying earlier. It's like, okay, go ahead and get them. They're not that much, and go ahead and get that. It's not that much. Before I know it, I've got $200 in my cart, and so I have to go back through. It's like get some of that off of there. Kind of really hard to say. Yeah, the Rider Waite base, it would be pretty good. Well, okay, yeah, that's good. I just think the Rider Waite is better mainly because the pictures on the cards are a little bit more easy to um, read or translate, understand. You know what I mean? I don't personally have a Rider Waite deck. I was going to get one just because I like them, but as I said, between candles and incense and I mean, even when you make your own candles, um, it gets pretty expensive. Not as expensive as buying them one at a time, but I still have to have my chime candles and my spell candles and blah blah blah. Just hate those little white books. Oh, I know. I mean, I know they're hard to read. The writing isn't very big. I mean, I have hell reading them, but I'm more of an intuitive reader. I always have been. So, and I gave y'all a little Halloween thing to do, a spell last night, didn't I? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I did. Um, but anyway, yeah, you don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to have the fake nails and blah 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 and tattoos all over your face and to be a witch. If you want to do all that stuff, that's fine. I don't necessarily want to, period. It's too much for me, but and even if I wanted to, I couldn't because of my job. I don't think they'd want me taking care of patients with you know, all that stuff all over me. It's really confusing because each artist has their own rendition of the deck, and it can get wrong. Yeah, that's why a lot of people just go by intuitive reading. I mean, the Rider Waite deck is also good because it comes with an instructional booklet that tells you every single thing about every card. I mean, you can read the booklet and get the highlights of it. Just cram it all down to one thing. Okay, this means this, pretty much. But each person's gonna, just like anything else, that you read, they're gonna decipher it differently. So that's what I'm trying to get at when it comes to tarot. I really stink at intuition. Yeah, well, yeah, but I just don't want to be honest. I am not one of them crafty witches. I mean, there's certain things that intrigue me that I want and like to do, but I had been watching this one girl on here that made several different tarot decks, and she just made them up in her head and bought the cardboard or whatever, and actually created them. And I thought that was neat, but that's just not my thing. Must have been after I had to leave the chat this morning or staying. What must have been? You're fine. Hell, they don't matter, Dan. What, did you miss something? Or think you missed something? Because as soon as you got off there, I did too. I mean, I was done anyway. I'd been on there for, oh my God, what, 3 hours? But I showed my boots. I'm not going to go get them back out again, but you can look at the first part of this video, and I've had those boots for like 2 years, and I have yet to wear them because I don't want them ruined. And I want to wear them someplace that's special. You know, I want to wear them to a witch's meeting, or I don't know. I'll know when it's time to wear them. It's the artist who made the deck to see what they were trying to say, what their impression. Yeah. Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, if you want to put that much study into it, I guess you could say I'm lazy because I just don't do that. I got the Witch's Tarot just simply because I understand that deck. I mean, me and that deck just got along from the get-go. I thought it was pretty is what attracted me in the first place. And then I thought, oh, I'm not ever going to be able to read these, but just boom, boom, boom. It was like I've been doing it forever. And I probably might not have done that with another deck. Swords, wands. Right. Let's call them different things and sometimes try to rename the majors. Well, see, and that, I mean, I guess they can attempt that, but it's kind of improbable. I mean, why would you even want to? I mean, that's just something you cannot change. Yeah. Yeah, that would probably be the easiest way to do it, but I don't know. I just don't. It's one thing I've just never had an inclination to do. Maybe one day I'll wake up and say, okay, I'm going to make a tarot deck or an oracle deck, you know. I don't know. I just never had the want to do it. Now, I did make my witch's ladder. I'm just not, how do you put it? I am not a crafty person. I went down to have a cigarette last night and I came back up and I think you had already left by that point. Well, yeah, I thought you came back after your cigarette and then I was saying good night, or I just said good night to you. I don't know. Oh, it's probably nothing important and just yakking. I think you had gotten the Halloween spell that I put up there. But, you know, and really I should have been in there tonight doing stuff, but I am saving I have one specific thing that I want to do on this beautiful moon. And even right now, tonight, it is just, it looks almost like daylight out there or like dawn because it is so bright and pretty. I mean, it is. It is just beautiful. So hopefully, I don't know if I'll be able to come on here tomorrow night or not. Oh, the witch's tarot. Yeah, I just think it's so pretty. It just, when I first seen it, it was like, pick me, buy me, and I did. But yeah, tonight, or should I say in the morning, I'm going to try to get my work done early or late. It may be late. It's going to be, I'm really hoping I have trick-or-treaters. I like seeing the little kids dressed up. I think they're so cute. But I've got candy in there to give out, and I may already be dressed when, they show up, but I'm gonna, um, I don't know about dressed. I'm not gonna wear all that garb around my house all night. Now, if you're going out in public or somewhere, that'd be awesome, but just wearing them boots and clanking around the house all night, no, I'm not gonna do that. I probably will have my makeup and stuff on if I get to come back on here, which I don't usually come on here till about 3 in the morning anyway. I meant to come on here earlier, but I didn't, because I fell asleep. I come on here with my hair brushed and my makeup on, y'all don't even know who I am. Like I said, I just come on here the way I am, It is what it is. And then I got to looking at herbs, which I already have my spell herbs for tomorrow night. But I usually get mine from Mountain Rose Herbs, because I read a lot about them, and they're really good with their plants. They're naturalists, and they take good care of them and all that. So, and they're not expensive. I was even going to make some candles tonight too, to be honest. I've got wax in there that I need to deal with. Made a big old pot of stew yesterday or last night. That's what I had for dinner. So it was really good. And that's probably what the last trick was, or the last thing was, knocking me out. You gonna burn it? I was really hoping it would be nice enough for me to go outside, and it may be. Tomorrow it's supposed to be like in the 70s here, which is really strange since 2 days ago we had snow and ice on the ground. It was 20 degrees. Welcome to Oklahoma. But I'm out of my wood that I burn in my cauldron out there. So money, money, money. If I had an axe, I swear I would just go out in, somewhere, and there's a lot of dead trees down. I wouldn't ever attempt to chop one down. That would just, oh, no. But the ones that are already dead, the wood's gone, pretty much. Chop it up and bring it home and burn it in my cauldron, make use of that tree. But I really don't want to put it in my car, in my trunk of my car. So I guess I could always vacuum it out. Skull mason jars. See, I would love to have somebody to sit and do stuff like that with. I am not creative in that sense. I haven't ever been creative in that sense. I mean, I'll come up with a pretty good idea here and there, but I don't know. I've just never been one to sit down and per se look at a piece of paper and know what to draw on it. Just as a, metaphor. But it's not that I can't do it or can't learn. It's not something that I haven't ever been a crafter. Now I have an aunt that she can literally turn a spoon, a regular old big wooden kitchen spoon, into a work of art. She paints on them and they're just really pretty. I mean, I'll show y'all my witch's spoon because I consider myself, if I had to stereotype myself, I would consider myself a kitchen witch. So of course I had to make me a spoon to hang in my kitchen. I'll show you. No, it's not coming off here. Well, I don't get that. Well, I guess it's not coming down. I can't get the nail out of there, and I'm afraid my spoon's in between the hammer and the wall. So if I sit there and keep pushing it and pulling it, I'm going to crack my spoon. I don't want to do that. What are you going to cook? Are you going to set out food for the traveling spirits? Sometimes I usually will take a plate or something of some sort and go out there and drop it off at my corner curb. It's kind of a crossroads there too, so it has a double meaning for me. It's not really a crossroads. I guess it would be I don't know what you consider it. But anyway, I usually set it there on the curb right by the street. And another thing I meant to say for ideas, for your Halloween, to give to put outside or give to the ghosts that are passing through, and the goddess Hecate. This is a really good time, like if you have stuff in your refrigerator that is maybe a little too old for your family to eat, or you just know you're not going to eat it and you need to clean your refrigerator out, then this is a good time to do that, and a good thing to do it with, or to do with it. Put it out there for the passing spirits. And usually if you make some kind of offering, I've had people go, well, if you feed them, it'd be like a cat. They never, they want to stick around. Well, that's not the whole purpose of that. Number one, we all know, as I've said before, and I'll probably say it 1,000 more times, spirits cannot necessarily ingest that food. We know this. They don't have a stomach. they don't have the digestive system at all. How are they going to eat it? Now, Hecate will use the essence of the food. It's about that, and it's about the offering, and to let them know that they're not forgotten, to appease them. In the old Greek times, they would set it on their front porches. So, because in their belief that, if they had an offering out, then the spirit wouldn't try to come in the house. And they're only allowed, X amount of time here anyway. It's usually just passing through. So, but be careful, as I always say. I mean, you can always invite them in your house. I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't. First of all, you don't know anything about that individual. And we're talking about spirits that have lived like we are right now before. You don't know if they were hateful and, evil and mean and or loving and generous and all that. You don't know. And you don't know their names. You don't know anything about them. So it's best just to leave it be. Say, hey, you're not forgotten. We know you're there. Here's some food. And you can put a drink out there. You can put water, wine, whatever's in your heart to put out there. And we all know, most of us that are have any sense to us, know that they are not going to come up and eat that stuff. What eats it is the animals. Or sometimes, around here, Windy City, pretty much, or Windy State, it may end up in your neighbor's yard. I don't know. That's why I do not put stuff out on paper plates. Please don't do that. Just put it on the ground. Put the food on the ground. You don't have to leave it sitting on anything. Some people think it's a more polite thing to do. It just makes a mess. And, before you know it, whatever you've set it on is blown down the road in somebody else's yard, and they don't like that either. So just put it on the ground. Now, if you put it on your front porch, yeah, I wouldn't put it, the food just in a pile on my front porch. I mean, be creative. Use common sense. Anyway, I don't have to go on. Hello, Godiva. How have you been, sweetheart? We're talking about Samhain. Do you have plans? I grab some oranges and potatoes, and I'd probably do some soup. Yeah, that's a good idea, Lady Blonde Wolf. Any food for the season. You can put squash out there, any kind of gourd, pumpkin, which is why, pumpkins are a big thing this time of year. And there's a story about the pumpkin too, why it came to be. Sugar and tobacco. Yeah. Yeah, you can leave. You're not going to do anything, Godiva? Well, I'm just messing with you. You don't have to if you don't want to. No spells or sitting at your altar or nothing? Oh, girl, this is our holiday. It's the witch's holiday. Our most favorite time of the year. The only problem with me is I have all these things planned, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I end up not doing a thing. Yeah. I'm about to waste this beautiful full moon. I am going to utilize her. She's just too pretty sitting out there. Oh my gosh. It was warm enough for me to go out there and just sit and stare. I could do that for hours. Oh, bless your heart. Well, even if you don't have anything but yourself, your own personal body, sit by your window. If it's warm where you are, go outside and spend some time with the moon. Tonight will be a wonderful night to do that, and you have a beautiful, super blue full moon. It's just gorgeous. Just sit and get in touch. It's not about having the things around you. It's nature. Nature's there. Get you a stick. Hold that stick in your hand and just do what witches do. Now would be an excellent time for everybody to charge their crystals. You can get some powerful energy flowing through them with this moon. Yeah, sweetheart, you don't have to go and casting spells and yada yada. You can just sit out on your porch, or if it's too cold, sit by a window and just look at her for a while. Talk to her. That's what we all do. We talk to everything. Trees, plants, the moon, animals. That's why people think we're pretty weird. But it's the way we are. And I love it. Yeah, just sit out there with her, and let her, you can do little things like, please, um, radiate your light on me, talk to her, tell her how beautiful she is and how you want to get to know her. Talk to her just like you talk to someone sitting there right there with you. I'm not saying you have to stay out there all night, but this is an excellent time. And if you're a brand new witch, I can't think of any better starting place than with the moon. And before you get all your other, I guess I should say tools. Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a lot of people have the dummy suppers. You can make something that a past loved one enjoyed and set them a place at the table. You know. Yeah, lady, that's what I was saying earlier. That's why I don't want people going out there and setting it on. I have honestly heard of some of these witches going and getting them kind of disposable but pretty looking silver platters and putting the food on it and then setting it out there, or taking it to a crossroads and setting it out there. Don't do that. Please don't do that. You're littering. You're replacing. You're doing one good thing and then pretty much a bad thing all at the same time. You're giving an offering, but you're also littering, which is something we don't do. We try to keep the earth pretty. Don't litter. Put it on the ground. You wasted that money going and buying a real pretty silver platter that's going to blow all over the country and into somebody else's yard. So don't do that. Makes no sense. Or on paper plates. Don't do that. No littering. Mama said no littering. The old crone says no littering. But yeah, you don't have to have anything, Godiva. Yes, we become spoiled, honestly, as I've said in a lot of my earlier videos when I'm talking to the newer witches. Um, it's really easy. Like I was saying earlier to Lady Blindwell, um, I go on Amazon and it's really freaking hard for me not to just want to buy everything on there that's witchy. I mean, it gets pretty rough because I get what I feel I need, like my incense, my candles, um, you know. Then next thing I know, I'm looking at, oh, I gotta have that altar cloth. Or, ooh, that's a pretty skull. And oh, I gotta have that new mortar and pestle. It's addicting. Yep. 2021, yeah. Yep. November 1st which is New Year's Day. So we've got Samhain, the Day of the Dead, New Year's Eve, all kinds of stuff going on for the witches. I guess it would be tonight now. I was going to say tomorrow night, but it's tonight. Yep, that's a good idea. What are my plans, Godiva? I have a type of ritual, first of all, that I want to do for my goddess, Hecate, or Hecate. I'm getting tired of, saying all the ways to pronounce it. I call her Hecate most of the time. But I have a little something that I want to do for her. I try to do something for the moon, and I have a specific spell I'm going to put out there. So I'm going to be pretty busy tonight. Bleh. I mean, it's funny because when you're a younger witch, all this stuff excites you, and it does still me too, but it becomes more of your life than it was when you were younger and new in the craft. You see what I'm saying? um, I don't know. It just don't. It's still intriguing, and once I get into ritual mode and I'm there, and everything is, I mean, it's like coming home again. It's like I'm so glad I did it. It's just, I guess I've just gotten lazy as I've gotten older, and it takes so much time and effort for me because I'm a perfectionist, and I think everything has to be perfect in my altar, on my altar, or in my altar room, on my altar. I have to have everything written down exactly the way I want it done that night, everything I'm going to do. And I literally wear myself out before I even get to the ritual or the spell I want to do. And therefore, if I'm worn out, I don't have the energy to push that spell out there like it needs to have. So this year, I'm going to try and keep my obsessive compulsive disorder at bay, and just kind of go with the flow. I mean, I know, and of course, I have to be all made up. When I present myself in front of my goddess, I like to have my, hair. Of course, I can't fix it. It's too long now anyway. But washed and clean and makeup on, and maybe in some of my witchy attire, or make sure that the altar room smells wonderful, and I have the perfect gifts and all offerings for her. And I literally drive myself crazy. I have got to stop doing that. And it's not like I'm a new witch. I have been a witch all of my life. I'm going to be doing some serious tarot and oracle work later. Yeah. 4 witches. Okay. Do you know what time? About what time? Because I'm sure since my little butt hopped back up at 3:15 this morning, I'll probably need a nap sometime today, or I sure won't have no energy to do my stuff tonight. But yeah, you and Godiva, you're gonna get caught up with this shit, I promise you. It just seems to come with the territory. You know, it's like I really don't know how to explain it. You'll go through it if you pursue this path, and I hope you do because, well, I think it's a wonderful place to be. But and not everything's going to be roses. I assure you. Everything you wish for is going to come to be, and not every spell you do is going to work. Some witches will tell you, well, if you're a real witch and you know what you're doing, every spell's going to work. Wrong. I'm sitting here telling you that is wrong. And I assure you, I have been a witch a lot longer than a lot of them that are saying that. Some things are just not meant to be. Sometimes even we cannot bend that frame. It's not even necessarily about putting food out. You just make their place and you can make a plate for them and a glass. Right. Right. Yeah. Just setting them a place at the table with the rest of your family that's eating, or whatever, including them. Yeah. Yeah. And that's my intent. Now, usually if I'm honoring Deep Non, Hecate's supper, most of the time I will take that to a crossroad or try to. Um, or I'll put it out here, like I said, on the corner of my street because I sit like on the corner of 2 streets that meet. So um, I think it's okay to put it there. But that's what I'm thinking. I know Hecate does not need that food. I know she's not going to eat it. But it's the thought that counts, and she recognizes that. She knows she's appreciated, and it's just something you do for your goddess. And then in the long run, yes, them poor little animals, it's been so cold lately. Yeah, they will have something in their stomachs. So, and as witches, we love animals. Most of us, I can't see a witch not adoring animals and being a witch. I just don't. I wouldn't get that one ever. But I get so excited. I got a big bag of candy in there, and I hope I have a lot of trick-or-treaters. And I have 2 witches in there. I'll go get them and show them to y'all. I think I will. I'm going to put my hair up because I'm going to have to carry them in here, and I always get my hair caught in their hats. But I thought about actually setting them on my front porch. And of course, my wreath that I have on my door stays there all year round. I don't ever take it down. So there's that. I really wanted to get a pumpkin and decorate it. I may still do that today. I don't know. But I always like doing that stuff with my grandkids, doesn't that look beautiful? I always like doing that stuff with my grandkids, and for some reason my grandson's, he's 17. He may have turned 18. I can't keep up with him. And then one of my granddaughters is fixing to be 14. And then my baby granddaughter is, I believe, 10 or 11. I think she's 11. But, they have their little parties that they go to at school, and I don't know what's going on now with COVID. Um, and they go over to their other grandma's a lot because she has a lot more money than I've got. She's got the big, beautiful house like I used to have, and she's got a little swimming pool out there, and it's just more fun at her house. And I understand that, they're kids, but I can't say that it doesn't bother me or, hurt my feelings. I loved my grandma. I mean, my grandma didn't have anything. She was poor as hell. But I would have rather been at her house than anywhere. I mean, I don't know. I'm not necessarily many animals might come along and take it to her. Anyway, so I'm gonna run and get these. I'm gonna get Lisette and Lagatha. That is their names. Okay, I'll be right back. And I've had these forever too. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Lisette. Isn't she adorable? And she's about 2.5, 3 foot tall. She's really pretty. Got a beautiful dress on. But I love her. Okay. Now I'll go get Lagatha. Okay, Lagatha is a lot taller. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get her in this. Let's see what I can do here. I'm going to try to show her to you. Get her right here. That's the top part of her. And we got the dress. And she keeps going. But her colors, the orange and the black, is just so Halloween-y. And look at that face. She's like, I'm so bored. She's got her broom. Of course, so does Lisette. And boy, do I have to protect her from my Lexi, my cat. She loves it. When I first got him, she was just a tiny kitten. And man, it was hard to keep her off of him. Anyway, little show and tell there. I'm sure, I used to do the videos in there in my witch room, but the lighting, I just could never get the lighting right. It's annoying. I guess I could go in there and see if the way the light is in the ceiling, it just shines right on my computer, and no matter where I move it, it doesn't look right. So plus I've got so much crap all over my desk in there right now between candle stuff and all that. It'd take me forever to, but I will start doing them in there eventually if I don't have to move, which I think I'm gonna have to move. So. But if I do, so be it. I'm really tired of worrying about it. But and then of course I have all my gnomes. I love my little gnomes. I have 4 of them. I have Merlin, his hats. His hat's probably 1.5 feet tall. Yeah. I have Merlin, Widget, Gadget, and Digit. Digit, Widget, Gadget, and Merlin. I told y'all I'm a little goofy. But yeah. A lot of stuff in that witchy room. And it's just going to make me so sad and depress me so much if I have to pack and leave any of that stuff not out. Seriously, if I have to move, it just really will depress me. But anyway, I thought about standing them 2 on the front porch. It's not supposed to be that windy. And my front porch is kind of, sunk in. It's got sides of the house on each side of it, if that makes any sense. But I thought about standing them out there. But I'm also afraid somebody will steal them. And then I'll be really pissed. You still remain in the Midwest. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just be moving, if I have to, about 3 hours from here. 3.5, somewhere in there. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, and that's another thing. You can go to the Salvation Army, the Goodwill, to garage sales. I mean, if you're a witch, you can look at something and go, "Oh, I know what I can make that into." I mean, you just have that thought process going. Like seeing a certain stick in the yard, it's like, oh, that'd make an excellent wand. On a positive note, with your coming up, the ornaments will be out in order to make witches' balls. And boy, am I going to make a lot of those. Yeah, I actually thought about making one this year, but I don't want. I would want the glass ones, but I think I've decided not to get the glass ones because of my cat. I mean, I have 2 cats, but one of them that would be right up in the middle of that. I usually don't have Christmas trees. I had one. Um, I probably hadn't had one in 25 years, 26, somewhere in there, a very long time. And my last marriage, our first Christmas, he went and got a tree, and I actually decorated it. But that was probably the first tree I'd had, and I don't know when. I just never messed with the Christmas trees. I would have Yule logs, um, which are very fun to make, I think. I mean, it's pretty simple. But if you don't have a fireplace, which I guess you can take it and make your own little pit outside if you wanted to and burn it in the pit. you know. Um, but they're fun to make. Able to make some chicken feed either. Yeah, see, I don't do those. I watch another witch that does those. In fact, a lot of the witches do those. I just don't know if I could do it. I'm telling you, I am so sensitive towards animals that I just can't. I don't know. I just can't do it. Now, I was going to have um, this witch that I'm talking about that's on my mind that I watch a lot that makes them. I was going to have her make me some that were purple and black with gold paint on their toenails. I mean, if you read the lore behind them, they're pretty good luck. Maybe not so much for the chicken. It's like a rabbit's foot. People say, well, that's good luck. Well, it wasn't very good luck for the rabbit. I want to start stocking up so that I can get a fairy garden up. See, I want to do that too. Amy remember. Oh. So you have a portable fairy garden? Like one that you set up in your house? Because I have a perfect little flower bed spot that's about 5 foot long and about, I don't know, 2 or so foot wide out in front of my house that I really wanted to make a fairy garden in. But I feed cats all the time around here, and I could just see them getting into my stuff. Before I know it, I wouldn't have one. I don't do a lot of things because of my cats. I don't grow my own plants, because you need to start them out of seedlings in your house and then plant them. Well, my little Lexi is a vegetarian. The little girl eats plants. So that's a no-go. But I really want to make one. Yeah. I just don't know where to put it or how to do it without, something getting a hold of it, especially if I put it outside, which is where they really need to be. Then you got to worry about the rain and, the wind blowing everything around. And I don't know. I just don't want to go spend all the time and the money, putting stuff out there for the fairies when it's just going to, get destroyed. I guess you could make one and put it in your house, though. I wouldn't even know where to start on one of them. And I guess you can just use a regular, like, potted plant, and put little stuff down in there, little shiny objects and little houses and stuff like that. I've seen people do it that way. But once again, I can't do that because that's a double no-no for my Lexi. A cake pan. I got a Goodwill as a cauldron. Now I have a really pretty one. It's not cast iron. I'm not sure what kind of metal, but it's pretty awesome. Yeah, I have my big that I use, but that's mainly for my what I call atmospheric spells. After you do a spell or while you're doing one, and you cast it out there by fire, put it in the universe. I'll do those, when it's nice outside. Or sometimes I'll do a spell in here, and then I just use my little cauldron. I am a fire person. I'm a fire witch, and so therefore, usually all of my spells, when I'm ready to put them out there, I use fire to do that. Just need to go and get some graveyard dirt because apparently mine got dumped. Oh. Yeah. The problem with all that now is, everything with this stupid disease or virus going around. A lot of people just don't want to go shopping. I've seen, honestly, I seen a older lady when I was younger make one of them little fairy gardens out of a milk jug. She had cut the milk jug in half and put her sod down in there with I went blank. The mulch down in there, and then she just started putting stuff in it. But she made that out of a old milk carton. I mean, the big plastic ones, the gallon milk jugs that we have now. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess you can do whatever you want. I mean, it's all about creativity. But then it'd take me forever in Walmart to decide what I wanted to put in it. I know me. It's like, no, I need to put that crystal, and no, I need to put that crystal, and oh, this house is cute, but this one's cuter. I'll just get both. Before I know it, I've got $100 worth of stuff I'm going to stick in this little bitty. Then I decide I'm going to make two of them. Yeah, the lady crave dancer. Yeah, that one video that she put out that she was talking about, she just goes crazy when it comes to witchy stuff. I was like, girl, me too. It's really bad when you have credit cards. Yeah, yeah. Do you know how much stuff you can get with, a $1,500 limit? I do. I don't know. I just cannot control myself. So, and then I go broke, and then I don't have a choice but to control myself. It is what it is. Hispanic bakery and buy them. Yeah. And and that's understandable. Um we do eat. We have to eat. And that's why a lot of witches become vegan. I think some of them go a little overboard. Um there's a lot of them that'll only drink soy milk because milk comes out of the cow. Well, it's not because you had to kill the cow to drink the milk. There's always the extremist. And you can get the moss and flowers from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, yeah, I know all that. I said when my house big got broke, someone had to start from scratch. The girls made it for me. Oh, I do have a few like little fairy houses that sit on the ledge by the stairs for now. Yeah, I'm not really what you would call a fae witch or I mean, I know that they're there. I just don't usually and I make little cute things for them, and I'll set little tiny. Um, Sometimes it's a pop lid or whatever of honey out for them. But see, I'm more practical and sensible. First of all, yeah, if you want to attract roaches, go ahead and keep putting honey and all that stuff setting it around your house. You're going to attract something all right, but it's not going to be a fairy. It's going to be a roach. Now I can see setting it down there like maybe overnight to give them a treat here and there, or even setting them outside in your fairy garden. But I prefer to put shiny things there. They like shiny stuff. You could always just get like a few of those cheap potted plants and just like, yeah, yeah. They're mischievous little shits. I mean, they kind of remind you of just imps, little devious children. I mean, some of the things they do are really cute. It's like, now why do you keep doing that? But then some of them can get, if you piss them off, they can like my spoons have come up missing. I shit you not. My spoons that you eat with, my regular spoons out of my silverware, all but one of them are gone. There's 4 in the set. 3 of them are non-existent. I don't have any idea where them spoons went. And I'm not kidding. I mean, I don't know. That's why I keep my stones and uh, my rocks, in a box, and each one of them are in a like a little velvet baggie, or if they're my grounding stones, and I have them all put together in one. And Dollar General has been coming out with like a mini fairy garden. It's like $5. Right, right. Yeah, I could do that. But once again, my cat, she would have a blast tearing that up. I just know her. But I mean, and even outside, I have all the other cats that I feed that stay outside that aren't really mine. I guess they are now, but get those pots and turn them upside down. Put the lids up for the roof. Yeah. See, that's creative stuff, I just don't, as I said before, I'm really not an artsy craftsy person. I see neat things, that's like, okay, now I want to. Well, number one, I never had time for any of that stuff when, I was younger. As a single mom, I worked nonstop. When I came home, I didn't want to do nothing else. I just wanted to sit there. So I haven't ever really had time nor the money to invest in all these little um, projects. Not saying it wouldn't be fun, something to do. That's why I like making my candles. I love making my candles. But yeah, I've always wanted a little fairy garden. I think they're so cute. And you can buy them, I've noticed, that are already all set up. I think that would take half the fun out of it, but you can buy them that way. And you can go get like old pieces of jewelry, like pendants that don't have the chain with them anymore. And um, they're not necessarily real, of course, but they're shiny. And put them down in there. Little crystals. They just love that stuff. Uh, yeah, I need to keep, that would be awesome to keep busy doing little stuff like that. But like I said, I mean, money is extremely bad right now, so I just don't need to be. I felt, actually, I kind of got a little bit of a gift tonight, I should say, because when I was looking for to reorder my incense, replenish them, um, I had no idea that I had some sort of gift card on there. I had no idea. because my total order came to like $60, just around there, 57 something. And it said that's how much credit I had, so it didn't cost me anything. Because I was going to put them on a credit card. But it didn't cost me anything. Now that's my witch ancestors looking out for me right there. It's like, please, I don't ask for much in my life. Just let me have my incense. My incense, my candles, space to put my altar. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I even wanted to make like a witch's dream catcher or witchy dream catcher. But, it would look like your normal dream catcher, except it would have the pinnacle in the middle. I just wish I had somebody around here that liked doing that type of stuff, because it's more fun, when you have somebody to do those things with. The only people I know like to drink. That's all they want to do. Drink, 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 drink. It's like, no, I don't want to drink. I don't know. But yeah, tonight's the night, ladies and gents. You can do it all tonight. No witch should be bored tonight. Yes. Not at all. This is underneath this full moon. Do your cleansing baths, do your ritual work, cast your spells, thank and adore the moon and your gods and goddesses. And give candy to the children. I love doing that. I really wanted to be dressed when, doing that when I opened the door to give them their candy. But like I said, I am not wearing those boots, and there's still cat hair in my house, no matter how much you vacuum and all that. My big cat, he sheds like he's got mange or something. I mean, it's that bad. He's a real bad shedder. And I am not about to get that hair all over the black velvet on my boots. Do some stuff. Somebody else. Yeah. Yeah, you have Sunday evening to do it too. The day before, the day of, and the day after. And he sheds over. Oh, I know. I've never had a cat that sheds like this one, and he does it year round. I mean, I know they all shed during the summertime, but he's nonstop all the time. It's just I just can't believe it. I've never had one like that. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff to do. A lot of people may go to parties. Um, I guess you could do some witchy work the night before, go to your party on Halloween itself, and then do some more work the night after. I don't know. You only have 3 days, and there's all kinds of stuff you can do. I didn't realize how bad they should. Yeah, I've had several of them. I've had a Persian, but I've never had a Siamese. Yeah, a friend of mine had a Persian cat, and I mean, he shed pretty bad too. Yeah, I've never heard of a flame point either. Anyway, I've been on here an hour and a half again now. Oh, well. But yeah, my issue is, I get all excited and I sit around thinking about everything I need to do. And it's like, no, I need to do that. And no, I need to do this. And then I'm so exhausted by thinking and trying to organize everything that I'm just a nervous wreck and it's just not fun. So I'm just going to try to slow down and take it minute by minute. I already know some things I want to do, certain spell that I want to do. Like I said, if Hecate is your goddess, then now's, really not a very good time to be trying to get a hold of her. I mean, not that she still wouldn't show up, but she might not be too happy with you calling on her, knowing that she's really busy this time of year. I mean, she's a busy goddess anyway, but this time of year, she's got, all the dead to deal with, and she's got Persephone that she's, leading, and it's just, she's really busy. Got some stuff I need to get finished. I'm probably doing. Okay. I'm sorry. And upload those videos onto my channel and work on an image. Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye out then for your video. And even if I don't get a card reading, I'll still watch, of course. But okay. I guess I will talk to y'all another time. I was going to make candles, but it's already almost 5 o'clock in the morning and probably not a good idea to start that project. Okay. We'll see y'all later. Blessed be. Bye-bye.